I can't believe I'm saying this, but do we have to give Tyler Algier the ball more? Is that the secret
No!
success in LA?
No! You are not going there!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another time of possession, the podcast that is asking the question: was that the worst morning slate of football games in NFL history? Because my goodness, obviously, I am. Well, it looks like I'm alone right now, but was not a great weekend for your boy. Obviously, it was a great weekend for someone else. So,
The only one to come out of TOP with a W this week. We're doing it again, boys. The best QB out of Oregon, Justin Herbert, proved again. Getting a hand to his face from Zach Bonito, but still making the catch, cooking one Riley Moss in the secondary for the go-ahead touchdown. We are 3-0 in division. First time since 2002 when Drew Brees was handing off the ball to a LaDainian Tomlinson. I've never been this excited and hopeful about a Chargers team, Ryan, let me tell you. Because when the Slater injury happened right before the season started, you know I was doom and gloom. I thought Herbert was going to get eaten alive. Especially this game, he
well, I mean,
was under pressure a lot. But I expected that from the Broncos
yeah.
defensive line because they are one of the best in football at getting to the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But they
This is
managed to
true.
pull it out. As Jim Harbaugh would say, the worm has turned. What do I mean by that? It means charging is not happening here anymore. He is instilling a will in this team. But we will get, unless you want to cover that game first, we can
No,
go.
I think we should just start with it because it's us,
Okay.
and then we'll kind of just jump around based on like importance of games and whatnot. But we'll start with Broncos Chargers.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chargers win 23-20. Like you said, 3-0 in the division. First time since 2002. Um, I'm just gonna be on. I'm just gonna start with this. If the quarterbacks were switched and we had Justin Herbert and you guys had Bo Nix, this game would have been like 40-6,
Oh,
man.
no doubt.
Uh,
No doubt.
I swear to God, in every single um, aspect of this game, the Broncos should have won.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Bo Nix was bad, and I will primarily put this loss on at the feet of Bo Nix, and Sean Payton as well. It's the fourth quarter and it's 4th and 1, and you are going to punt the ball away and give the ball back to one of the elite quarterbacks in this game. I don't get it. Riley Moss is just bad. Why did you draft Jahdae Barron in the first round? I get you want to play him as like a slot corner, and that is a valuable position, but like it's week after week. It's not even just this game with a Riley Moss issue. It's week after week he's getting cooked by whoever he's guarding. And with Dre Greenlaw getting put on IR,
that's a
we're
big
still
loss.
stuck with Alex Singleton, who is terrible. Alex Singleton's not good at football. He was in the XFL for a reason, or whatever, or UFL, or whatever other freaking league that he came from, where he was,
The
in that
Spring
league,
League.
obviously, but
The
he
Spring
has
League.
not been
Whatever
good
we're
for the
going to call it.
Broncos.
We'll call it the Spring League.
Yeah, whatever it is. Um, yeah, man. And then the game plan. If Bo Nix hits Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, you can call them drops, you can call them overthrows, whatever. I think it's a little bit of both, just not being on time
Yeah.
with your receivers. And I asked the question, Sean Payton, did you practice last week, or was it just like oh, we got this, no big deal, kind of thing. Like, I don't understand the the game plan when you go to the media and you say we got to get RJ Harvey some more touches, and he gets 2 touches the entire game. J.K. Dobbins only gets 11 carries.
And
Like,
he had
he
a
didn't
good
even
game.
try to run the ball. And I guess
J.K.
against the
had a
Chargers,
J.K. had a good
and I
game.
guess oh, J.K. did have a good game. J.K. did have a good game, but I'm just he was like 11 for 80 something, and then continue to feed him. I don't understand like why you go away from the run game. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
it's just weird to me. And I guess I get it, Chargers have a good run defense, all things considered. Their secondary I think is better than their run game.
Yeah,
So, I don't know.
I
That's
mean,
just to me.
and we had a
Look,
couple defensive backs not playing due to injury, like Molden and Hart were out.
yeah. Well, no, I mean there were wide open throws for Bo to make, and he
Oh
just
yeah,
didn't make them.
yeah.
A couple times he missed Mims and
The
Sutton.
only
So I
one
mean,
I
and Troy
saw,
Franklin dropped the ball, and
yeah, the only one I saw was the one right before half. And honestly, that was the only time I tuned into the game. I tuned in, saw Marion score, and I went, all right, I got to see his first NFL touchdown. And then I see the wide open, broken coverage to Sutton. He just takes off, and I'm like,
yeah,
really? Right when I tune in, the Broncos finally score, and so it's like obviously I'm at work the entire time, so I can't just pull out my phone whenever. But I'm
yeah,
following on the ESPN kind of play-by-play
no,
thing whenever I can. I just saw it was 3-0 almost the entire time.
it
I
was. And
was.
then you guys broke it open, go up 10-0.
Mhm.
Then we score before halftime. We recover a fumble on the kickoff coming right out
That,
of
yeah,
halftime
I saw
and
that.
score immediately. And the momentum kind of shifted back. And at that point, I'm like, okay, if Bo plays better in the second half, that we should have this. And he did not play better. And Sean Payton continued to like like I need to be reminded every now and then that he is a so-called offensive mastermind genius, and you get reminded on certain plays, like the big play to Sutton before halftime. It's like a fake toss pitch, and everyone bites on it, and then Sutton's like wide open because he's basically like lined up at tight end on that play.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a good play call and it's a good design, but like I just I feel like Sean Payton tries to prove a point with his play calling. Like he is like all knowing, and like it's not 1995, dude. Like you gotta like include some pre-snap motion and stuff. And I don't know, man. Why is Marvin Mims never getting the ball on offense when every single time on a return he gets the ball? Um,
He's
he was
returning it.
cooking your special teams unit. Every single return he had was at least to like the 35, 40 area and giving the Broncos multiple short fields. But look, it ultimately came down to you guys have the better coach and you have the better quarterback. And Justin Herbert made plays when he had to win the football game. And look, man, if you are a Bo Nix skeptic, like half of the internet is, and half of them are on, it's a pretty much a 50-50 split. This was a win for the Bo skeptics. Um, yeah, I mean that's kind of all I got to say about it. We have the Bengals on Monday Night Football. What a crappy game for Monday night, and the doubleheader for Monday night
Oh,
is
it's
like
bad.
Jets and Dolphins, Jets, Dolphins, Broncos, Bengals. What a crappy Monday night doubleheader. Um, but I fully expect Denver to win that football game, and everyone's gonna act like it's okay. But then the week after that, they got Philadelphia. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
another test, another test.
Well, I'll go ahead and give my thoughts on it after letting you go. Obviously, yeah, Bo 14 for 25. Didn't have a turnover, so that's something positive. But yeah, a lot of overthrows is what I saw when I went back and watched the highlights. And obviously, when like 80% of your passing yards are from one receiver, it's not really going to win you the game. You got to include other people because when you look at the Chargers, yeah, Herbert threw for 47 times, but because we had to because we were down like most of the second half. You know, like spreading the ball around. You know, Quentin gets 89, Keenan 65, Omarion 59. He had his first breakout game, total 129 yards total. So with Najee gone, I'd say the training wheels are off. Speaking of Najee, yeah, dude, that looked bad. I didn't see the play where he got injured until I went back and watched the highlights, but I found out when I just went on Twitter to see what Chargers Twitter was, how we were feeling, and when I see, dude, did Najee's knee explode on that play, and I went, oh shit. So
Yeah, it ended up being an Achilles, I think. So
I'm a pour one out
not
for Najee. Coke 0 for 0 losses still in the season. That might be the case next week too, but hey, anyway, yeah.
I mean, it should be. Don't you guys play the Giants?
Yes,
I mean,
and I'm hoping they still play Russ, because if they decide to go Dart next week, I'm gonna be a little pissed. Because I think the guys on
quarterback against that, that's gonna be good.
On First Things First, they were saying they should start Dart, but the week after when they play the Saints, because I don't think they should play him against the Chargers defense. And I went, you know what? As a football fan, I would agree, because if I want to see a new young player, I don't want to see what Cam Ward had to do in the first week of the season, and that was play one of the best defenses.
Yeah.
Some other stuff. So this is what my buddy texted me. He says that somebody, like, there's speculation that Sean Payton is possibly or allegedly bringing back Bountygate with the Broncos defense. I don't know what you're seeing. Like, what are your thoughts on that? No?
That's a stupid thing to say. It's just playing defense. I don't understand that that logic at all. I don't.
I mean, there was one tackle Hufanga made on Quentin where he grabbed at his ankle and rolled him up. So I was kind of like, dude, what the hell? But he's fine. He's fine. So, but just I don't know. That's just I thought I'd ask you because you're the Broncos fan, how you feel about it. I'm not accusing, but that's what I heard, and I wanted to just. But you watched the games.
I did not see anything that suggests Bountygate. So
yeah,
I mean, I no.
Also looking at the game, the team stats as well. This is also not a recipe for success here. 29 first downs to 9. The Chargers had 29 first downs. The Broncos only had 9.
Yep.
That's
a lot of 3 and outs.
Yeah,
a lot of 3 and outs.
2 for 13 on third down as well for the Broncos. Chargers committed a little under 50% on third downs, but rushing was almost about even. Chargers just had a little actually no, you guys had 12 more yards rushing. Red zone attempts, we both had 1 touchdown in the red zone each. The penalties though is what killed you, 10-3.
Yeah, a lot of dumb penalties.
And then Chargers they did win time of possession, and we did lose the turnover battle, but thankfully it was just that. Well, it was the tipped interception, which honestly, if I was expecting Justin to throw an interception in any game, it would be against the Broncos defense, because I expect that. And then the fumble with Darius Davis on the kickoff, when that happened, I was like, we're already down 4. Mm-hmm. If the Broncos score a touchdown immediately, that might be game, because I think that's going to be too much of a hole, and we'd have to be passing a lot, and they're just going to bring the house on Justin. But when we held you guys to a field goal, I thought, okay, that's a little bit of a win right there, because now it's just 7 points. And of course, we go down. I think we just get a field goal out of it, and it's a 4-point game again. Then we hold you to another one, and it's like. And by the time I got off work, is when I saw us drive down and make the game-tying touchdown. I was just sitting in my car in the parking lot, because I knew if I started driving, I was going to be too invested on what's going on my phone, and I could have gotten in an accident. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is your daily PSA. Do not watch football or any sports while driving. Park somewhere. Watch like I did, or at least just don't leave the parking lot. So, if you told me though Jared, your team's going to be 2-1 for the first 3 games. Like, if we came in and lost, like, if we lost Sunday, I would have said, okay, you know what? Hey, it's 3 division games. It's highly unlikely you were going to be able to get through all 3 undefeated, especially with the losses we had through the game. You know, I was like, you know what? 2-1's fine. I mean, the Broncos are the same record as us. They're a good team. And I'm like, we already beat KC. We beat the Raiders. It was a short week we were coming off of. So, and the Broncos had more time to prepare, so there was a little bit of that advantage, but they also had to travel and whatnot. But, hey, you know, they wanted to redeem themselves from the loss last week, so they had a little bit more of a chip or something to prove. But, no, I'm honestly, after we tied the game and we forced the 3-and-out, I said, why can't we go win this game right now? And I will give a shout out to another player who stepped up finally in his first NFL game after being inactive the first 2. Oronde Gadsden. Dude, he is now, I think he's shown up to be the main pass catching tight end in this offense. Because obviously Will Dissly, I know he was the main tight end last year, but he's more of a blocking tight end. So is Tyler. Conklin's okay in blocking, but we know he can catch the ball too. And then Tucker Fisk is mainly a blocking tight end. So it's like, Oronde Gadsden, I would definitely believe that he's going to be the main focus at tight end going forward. I would hope he is, because dude is tall and he's got some good hands. Because on that final drive he caught, I believe, back-to-back passes to get us to around midfield. And yeah, just I would like to see a little bit more Trey Harris though. I know the second rounder we got from I believe Ole Miss, but I think it's
a crowded room. It's a crowded room at this point. I think, look, we know Keenan Allen's not going to play all 17 games.
Yeah, he'll get hurt.
Is just like, we just know that's not going to happen. So I'm sure he'll get a shot at some point.
Yeah, I maybe like
that does happen.
I mean, and plus the good news is that I see from this is that we don't play the Broncos again until week 18, and who knows? Chargers could have already clinched a playoff spot, because at this point, why, like with Jim Harbaugh too, we're not going to collapse, because the last time I think I read the Chargers went 3-0, they missed the playoffs and went 8-8. But with Jim, that's not happening with Jim. That's not. So
should not happen.
But yeah, I am excited. You know, week 4 already. I know it's going to be an East Coast and it's an early game, so I'm like, could be a trap game coming off all the division wins. But after seeing Sunday night, which I know we'll get to, I'm as confident as ever.
And you should be. Well, let's talk about the night games. Okay. I guess Lions, Ravens, and then we'll go into Chiefs and Giants, and how it just is kind of a complete 180 on both of these games. I mean, first of all, you get, and the score doesn't really do it justice, the Lions really won this football game 38-24. The Ravens did score at the end there and try to kick it onside to, potentially come back, but that did not happen. And this game was fun, man.
It was.
Potential Super Bowl preview if you're a believer in these teams.
Lions, they made me a believer again. I mean, then again, I did pick them to win the North. I did pick them to win the North.
Dude, we're all the way back, man. I mean, they look like they did last year, and to go into Baltimore and have that performance, especially running the football.
Dude, I
don't know what the number was. What was the number you pulled up before we started?
224 rushing yards.
Yeah, insane. David Montgomery had an insane game. Multiple long touchdown runs. And the Lions defensively is where I really focus. I mean, this is the first time in Lamar's career he's been sacked 5+ times. I think they ended up sacking him seven times total, I think. So Lamar was getting beat up all day. And despite that, I thought Lamar had a good game considering the duress he was under. But man, the Ravens have a lot of concerns on the defensive side of the ball. That being said, I think the Ravens beat Kansas City next week.
They should.
I think they do. They should. They are the better football team. And then the Lions, I mean, they got the Browns next
Oh,
week, so
well,
they should just keep rolling. Despite, I mean, the Browns do have a really good defense, and we'll get to that soon.
yeah.
Um, the Browns are, defensively a very good football team.
I
But
don't
yeah,
think
man,
the
I mean,
Lions will be running for 224 yards on the Browns, but
you know, not a chance, not a chance. I think this was a competition between the two best offenses in football, number one and number two, no matter what order you want to put them in. I do believe these are the two most talented offenses. Um, and yeah, man, it was a fun game compared to Sunday Night Football.
oh hell yeah,
What
dude.
were your thoughts overall on Lions Ravens? I mean,
I mean,
are we just all the way back in the Lions
oh, I am.
winning a potential Super Bowl this year?
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'm back. I mean, after the Parsons trade,
I
I
mean, you
know.
never left, right?
Yeah, no, I never switched my pick after the Parsons trade. I said I
Yeah.
was gonna stick with the Lions
I
until
still had, I
otherwise.
still had, yeah, I still had them making the
Oh,
playoffs, but I
same.
just thought,
Yeah, I did too.
I thought they would take a step back, from the coordinators and shoot. I mean, maybe they upgraded a defensive coordinator.
Dude, yeah.
What is this guy's name, man? They kept shouting him out. Kelvin Shepard, who, he played in the NFL for 8 years. He's a linebacker. Um, he's only 37 years old,
Oh, so he's
and
young.
he is a young, like, with a performance like that as a defensive coordinator. If your unit keeps it up, man, I mean, you're looking at like the next Mike McDonald. A young defensive coordinator that could get a head coach job. I get they lost Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, and don't get me wrong, the Bears looked pretty damn good this week against, albeit a bad defense in the Dallas. We'll get to that too. Um, but their offense, maybe it was just Dan Campbell all along. He is an offensive-minded head coach. He was a tight ends coach before this, so he knows offense. So, maybe, even if Ben Johnson's a really good coach and that's a big loss, is Dan Campbell just that guy, you know? So, I mean,
Yeah. Just watching it, the fact that they got so much pressure on Lamar was like
mhm.
I've not seen him under that much duress unless he's playing. I mean, usually against the Steelers, you kind of see him kind of under duress because I know he has some kind of poor games against them, but like I guess you could maybe list the Chiefs as a team that puts him under duress a lot as well, just because of
Yeah.
that's the big moment. That's the team you can't beat. But like, yeah, the Lions.
Mhm.
This was an NFC team. This is a team you rarely see, and they like. I mean, at
And
first it was back and forth.
Did you see the number?
I don't believe I did.
Did you see the number of Lamar in his career versus the NFC? Like what his record was against the NFC coming into the night? He was like 24-2 or something like that. Like his winning percentage against the NFC is
I know he lost to the
insane.
Eagles last
Um,
year, so that's one of those losses.
Yeah, I mean I don't know who the teams are, and like what the numbers are, but I mean that's loss number three right there,
Yeah.
to a really freaking good football team in Detroit, man. Um, and with how Green Bay looked against Cleveland, if you're a Lions fan, you got to be feeling really good about your chances
Yeah.
to still win this division.
And you're about to
Despite the
play
week one,
you're
despite the week one
you're
loss.
about to play the team that beat Green Bay, so you know. But
Yeah, yeah.
um,
Now let's talk about the snooze fest that was.
oh
Oh, wait,
god.
anything? What were we gonna
Uh,
say?
yeah. Yeah. This game. I mean, it was great back and forth. Like, I mean, obviously, I was satisfied with this game over last night because, dude, I turned off the TV after. Once we get to that game, I'll tell you when I turned it off. But like, yeah, I was satisfied with tonight. Like, this was a good game. And then I looked ahead to next Monday and
Mhm.
went, God, those games are gonna be mid at best. But yeah, this was.
Yeah, man. I mean, maybe we can get a Justin Fields to a shootout or something.
That'd be fun.
The Jets defense does not look very good. So,
Yeah.
and we know the Dolphins isn't. So,
And honestly,
maybe,
with how this week was going, I was kind of expecting a blocked kick.
Yeah, man. I mean, the special teams units around the what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like,
We'll
it's very
definitely get to one of them.
stereotypical. Yeah, we'll get to them. But it is very stereotypical for coaches to be like, special teams is 1/3 of the game, and we don't think about it as that is because offense, defense, just go out there, kick a football, it's routine. But Jesus, this weekend showed us like, get your crap together, special teams coordinators and special team units, because multiple games changed on special teams. So, um, yeah, let's talk Giants. Let's talk Chiefs Giants. What a snooze fest of a game. I mean, Russell Wilson was god awful. He used his all of his last, uh, whatever you want to call it, last week against Dallas because this was bad, man. Um, I mean, it went kind of how I thought it was gonna go. The Chiefs were going to grind it out and get a win against a bad football team because they are the Kansas City Chiefs. And, um, Andy Reid bumping Travis Kelsey. For any, look, for any other team, that's probably making headlines and probably a bad indicator of things to come. But because it's Travis Kelsey, we're not gonna say nothing about it, right? I mean, I don't get it. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. Shout out Harrison Butker. Um, that sucks, dude. I mean,
I love it. I hate that dude.
I'm big, yeah. Not a, yeah. We're feminists, by the way. So I don't really, I don't know, man. I don't like that guy. I
Yeah.
don't, I don't, I don't like him. I don't know. I don't know. It, crazy for a kicker to talk like he talks, but yeah. Let's leave it at that. The only other thing I would like about this, the Chris Collinsworth Mahomes
Oh
glaze
my
has
god.
gotten to another level, man, because we're getting to a point where Mahomes is throwing backwards passes, fumbling essentially, and then recovering his own fumble by ripping out a by ripping out of a defender's hands,
Dude,
and we're
like
saying, "Oh, it's an amazing play by Patrick Mahomes." I mean,
that might go
you
down
gotta
as
be
a
kidding.
the like as Nick Wright called it, the tackle that turned the tide. If you watch today's episode.
Play of the year, man. I mean, can we not like Patrick Mahomes has not looked like Patrick Mahomes in 2 years at this point.
I mean,
Like,
he had a good throw to Thornton that got him down at I think the one or
yeah,
something. Like
that was finally
that
the
was a good
moment
one.
I was like, all right, man, we're back. And I mean, that was kind of it. But, maybe going forward, he can get back to being the Patrick Mahomes that when he first started in the NFL, we all fell in love with. I mean, we were in the beginning when we were looking for someone to beat Brady, we were all like, I was a big Patrick Mahomes fan. And then it just got insufferable. So,
Hey
yeah,
man,
man. I
you live. Sometimes you live long enough to become the villain. As just
Yeah, I guess, man. Um, you want to go, you want to I mean, obviously, we kind of buried the lead here. Tyler's not here, obviously.
yeah, he's not here today.
Do you want to give his Rams spiel and everything? Just, do you want to talk about the Rams and Eagles game?
I
Uh,
mean, I guess
I mean,
before we do that, I'll give my thoughts on this awful Sunday night game. I knew this game was going to be bad the moment I saw it on the schedule. I mean, it could have gotten interesting if they,
yeah.
I don't know, actually scooped and scored or just fell on the ball.
Or if
But
they put Jackson Dart in, by the way.
I mean, he
You know what's crazy?
he went out
Every
there for
time
like a
Jackson Dart
handoff.
went on the
He
he
like
went out there and to use him as a running threat athlete, that's not what he is.
no.
One, two,
The crowd cheered whenever he went out.
every single time he went out, the crowd lost their mind, and then when Russell Wilson went back in the game, they started booing, man. And I'm like, I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna take a lot for me to feel bad for $100 million athletes when you're getting paid that much. I don't care. Deal with the boos, man. And after what you did to my team, I don't care.
And
Like,
after what
I'm
he did
sorry.
on that goal to go, I'm sorry. That is like the worst sequence of
He's so
that.
bad, man.
Dude, I just don't know why they didn't keep running with Cam Scattaboo because they were actually running the ball pretty good with him. It just shocked me. Not one run play. So at one point, I'm asking Dable, what are you doing? I don't know what to say. I really don't. So I hope Russ is still playing next week. And then after that, I don't care if you start Jameis or if you decide to start Jackson Dart. I want my defense to feast on this man. All right, yeah, we can go to the blocked kick
Let's go.
heard around the
Let's go
league.
Rams Eagles. Yeah, we'll
Jesus,
go
man.
Rams Eagles, and then I guess we can transition after that to the other blocked kick in Packers Browns. But
Yeah.
yeah, dude. I mean, a lot of capitalized F bombs sent to the group chat this weekend, if you know what I mean. Um,
I
it
didn't
was
because I didn't see anything. So I
all caps, all. Oh, I just muted look. I didn't text at all because I just, I was so freaking pissed, dude. I just like, I turned off my phone, dude. I
after
was like, I'm not
after
even.
the
I'm not
Eagles won
doing
or after the Broncos lost? Which
I just kind of like after the Broncos game, I just
okay.
took a break. I was like, you know what? I'm muting all the group chats. I'm not responding to anybody. I am just going to sit here and wallow in myself and be pissed and just and yeah, I did that. It was
Well, if you're worried about me trash
uh,
talking you, I don't do that to my friends. So
no, I know. I wasn't worried about you. I just could not deal with anything.
okay.
I just was so angry, dude. Which I imagine how Tyler was you know,
He was texting
after this
me a
game.
little bit in the group chat during my game because I think the only time I texted was when I saw Najee get hurt. So, but yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am the stand-in Rams fan for Tyler. As you all know, I'm a Chargers fan first. I'm only a Rams fan if there is none present and they need a representative. So, I'm going to try my doggone best. So, first off, ladies and gentlemen, that first half, what a first half it was. What a first half it was. Just running the ball, stuffing Saquon Barkley. We stopped
Oh
him.
yeah.
He wasn't running for 200 yards on us this time. He was not. And then, going up 26-7 in the third quarter, like, okay, finally, the Rams get a convincing win against the Eagles after this team specifically has been their boogeyman. But no, halfway through the third, Jalen Hurts decided to say enough is enough, and he unleashed not Saquon, A.J. Brown, who's had a quiet first 2 weeks to start the season. He was probably
Very
gathering,
yeah.
probably when he reads on the sideline, I feel like he's just gathering knowledge, and he uses that knowledge as like a power to like be one of the greatest wide receivers. He reminded us why he's one of the greatest wide receivers in the NFL. Well, I wouldn't say greatest all time, but you know what I mean. He's like one of the best right now.
He's one of the best in the game for
Yeah.
sure.
Tyler did want me to mention the Puka taunting penalty, and when I saw it, NFL, what are we
Soft,
doing? What are we doing?
soft. No fun league.
Because
Soft.
that was awful. That was an awful call.
That was terrible. Yes.
And he says he always does that. I'll believe Tyler when he says he does that. Okay, a lot of players have their own kind of signature thing that they do when they get a first down, but I don't know if they thought he was just flexing on the defender or what. But like, buddy, like, come
Whatever.
on.
It's dumb.
It's not like
It's
he's
terrible.
yeah. Obviously there was a lot of tush push. I think there was a no call on the tush push, but there was one in another game, which I think we'll get to, which I think is funny. So I don't want to hear that, oh, it's so hard to see in real time when there was a false start on one literally called.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Tyler also said they got way too conservative on the other side of the ball. And you know what? I'll take his word for it. From what I saw, though, like, seeing Stafford's numbers, though, under 200 passing yards, I'm sorry, bro. You kind of got to be better than that. You got to, like, I know he had an interception in the game, I think, but, like,
Yeah, I mean, the Rams ran the ball really well in
then
this
I,
game,
I
so
will give him the
I
benefit of the doubt because
understand
I did.
they nearly doubled the Eagles rushing total. So,
Yeah. And then we're going to get to the piece de resistance, both blocked kicks. And when we say special teams, get your act together, these guards half-assed the freaking
dude,
blocks.
it's insane to me. Like,
They just let them in.
it's not hard either. Like, you're taught in Pop Warner, all you have to do, if the center is lined up right here, that's it. Hold your own and lean in towards the center. Everybody on the unit leans in. I don't know if it's different in the NFL. That is what you're taught from Pop Warner all the way up to high school. Just block down. Everyone block down towards the center. That's it. That's it.
You know,
I don't get it.
I just have a feeling that, like, you know, Cardi's been good for them. That they just think that, I mean, I'm not obviously saying this. I'm seeing this as a fan. They just think, oh, it's automatic. It's going to go through. What are the odds of them blocking it? Well, apparently pretty high because there were 7 blocked kicks this week, and it was 2 in this game on back-to-back possessions. So they just make one of those field goals, the Rams win the game. Because if they make that first one, Philly's down by 10, and they'd have to do an onside.
Mm-hmm.
But if they just make that second one, which I thought, oh, wow, Stafford got him all the way down there. Surely it's over. And then I get a text message from you saying, Tyler, there's no way. And I went, what, did he miss it? And then I just see the line on the thing. Whoop! I went, no shot.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, we could talk about, I mean,
Jordan
special
Davis,
teams
though.
mishaps all day long. I do want to give Jalen Hurts credit for,
Oh, yeah.
you know, playing well enough to come back in this game after all the questions of him. You know, he can't throw the football. He's not a top 10 quarterback. I mean, he did not turn the ball over. He was very effective on the ground, averaging 4.5 yards a carry, 226 yards in the air, 4 total touchdowns. And, you know, a lot of NFL players say halftime adjustments are, I mean, they look like a different team after halftime to me. And I mean, who knew that you know, maybe we should just, you know, game plan wise, probably just throw the ball towards AJ Brown, and that'll probably work for us. It worked for Devontae Smith too. He had a good game as well.
And shout out Dallas Goedert. You know, if anyone's in my Arizona league that's watching, thank you for dropping Dallas Goedert for me to pick up because I just won this week because of that. Thank you. I have production out of my tight end position now.
Congrats, dude. I finally got some too out of TJ Hawkinson.
That's good.
But yeah, man, I guess my only real concern for Philadelphia is Saquon Barkley going to show up this season, or
There's still time.
I think there is too, but like it's starting to be concerning. And 2 out of the 3 games for the Eagles, teams are just loading the box and daring Jalen Hurts to throw.
It's
and
working.
It worked in this game. It didn't really work in the other games. I guess against Kansas, just Jalen making plays with his legs and everything, and that worked for him. So yeah, man.
But yeah, this was a team that Saquon ran on twice for like almost 200 yards in both games, in Philly and in LA. So I mean, I was kind of expecting.
I mean, they shut him down. So
yeah, shout out Jared Verse. You know, he had a good game. I know that. But you know, okay, I did put this point in. I texted you guys this. Is it possible that the Devil Magic may have migrated over to the Eagles during the Super Bowl?
I don't know, man.
Because 2 blocked kicks in a row?
I'm not ready to go that far yet. We will see how the rest of the season goes. I will give you like a update on the double. I'll give you like a week 6 or 7. Talk to me again, and we'll get back to it
Okay,
because
because I'm gonna
I
tell
just
you
need a
right
bigger
now,
sample size. I
my
just need a bigger sample.
my team plays the Eagles in LA in like I think it's either late November or December. And if we lose on some BS, I'm gonna be
Then
thoroughly convinced.
yeah, for sure. No, you're not wrong.
But I have a feeling we
Um,
won't get a field goal block because I know they do not want that to happen to them. So they're gonna be like, hey, do not let these guys through in the middle right now, or else we are cooked. Cameron Dicker
mm,
is our savior, and I was like, with all the blocked kicks that was happening, by the way, when Dicker was going for the game winner, I was like, if ours gets blocked right now, I swear to God, it's about to crash out, dude, in my car. But once he did it, I went, thank God. Like I thought
I
we
was
were
gonna
beat.
say, man, look out, other drivers on the road, man. 'Cause we
No, I
road
was parked.
raging.
I was parked,
I
but
know. I'm saying like
uh,
if the kick got blocked and you had to drive home after that,
yeah, yeah.
um,
I mean, I would have. It
Ram.
would have been overtime, so I would have turned it off and then just turned it back on when I got back home. So
Yeah. Rams. They are favored against the Colts.
at home,
Um, Interestingly enough, the Colts are undefeated, but they go to LA
they punted for
and
the
the
first time
Rams.
this season.
Yes, they did. And then Philadelphia, they are favored by 3.5 as they go to Tampa Bay to play my Buccaneers. And I think you know what I'm going to pick for upset alert.
Yeah, I'll save that for you.
moving,
I'll save that for you. Don't
yeah,
worry.
yeah. Moving on. Packers Browns, man. You want to talk about special teams mishaps? This
Whew.
was for the ages. Um,
I didn't know they lost
Holy,
until my buddy, who's a Browns fan, texted me and he said, "Dude, we beat the Packers." And I said, "No shot, no way you didn't."
yeah,
And he said, "Dude, we did." I looked. I saw blocked kick leads to game-winning field goal, and I'm like, "Oh, they won on a field goal. You couldn't do this against the Bengals in Week 1."
yeah, for real, dude. I mean, it was holy,
Jordan Love's last two possessions, not on
bad.
these offense. Sorry, let me say. Green Bay's last two possessions on the offense. Jordan Love threw an interception, and then of course the blocked field goal. But yeah,
Mhm.
you led 10-0 all game, and then you just let Cleveland score 13 in the fourth.
Yeah,
If they had Baker. Come on.
I wait. Who does Cleveland play next week?
They play. Oh, my bad. I didn't put it in. They play the Lions. That's right. My bad. I forgot to enter that in.
Oh no, yeah, you wrote it on the Lions one. I was just like with that. Don't no, just I. The Packers are such a strange team, and it feels like year in and year out, they they do this sort of thing where they just have these games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, the Browns' defense is just really good.
Oh, it
It
is.
always is. I know what they did last week to, what happened last
Washington.
week with Baltimore, but
Oh, no, Baltimore.
if you look at total yardage, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're number one in the NFL this season. The Ravens just had a lot of short fields because the offense sucks.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they had like a quarterback like I don't know, maybe like Baker Mayfield on their team, like how good that team would be? I mean, I think that they might be able to like go to the playoffs and maybe like beat a division rival like the Pittsburgh Steelers in a playoff game and almost upset the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, how crazy would that be if the Browns had a quarterback MVP candidate like Baker Mayfield? We that's a fantasy land though. That something like that would never happen. So
You feel like there had to
yeah,
be
man.
like
I mean,
no
I think
fans in the stands for that to happen, you know?
yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Also, I think the Packers are going to be fine. Again, weird stuff happens in the NFL. The Packers got the Cowboys next week, so I'm sure they're going to bounce back. And Jordan Love's going to look great next week because who doesn't look good against Dallas?
But I swear Rasheed Walker told me they were going undefeated.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, that's just.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Micah's already rubbing off on his teammates.
yeah. Though it's just like this. Like, take my team for experience. We lose games we should win all the time. Like last year, we should have beat the Cardinals. We didn't, and it was a low-scoring game for whatever reason it was. We just didn't win that game, and it was like, what the hell? So these games happen all the time. So Packers fans, don't panic, because once you beat Dallas on Sunday Night Football in Jerry World, you're going to be feeling a lot better.
Yeah. And then the Cowboys are going to be what? Are the Cowboys going to be
No, they beat the Giants, but it feels like a loss. So.
And yeah, oh yeah, they did. They beat the Giants. They beat the Giants. Um,
Some of these wins that teams have just feel like losses. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. Speaking of, let's see. Before we talk about the games that were blowouts, or any other close-ish games, um, let's see. Yeah, I mean, we mentioned the Cowboys. Let's go. Why do you hate Caleb Williams, dude? What's the beef there?
I just
What's
don't like how he was like already crowned as like.
Okay, that's not his fault though. He didn't do that. The media did that.
I mainly blame Nick Wright for that, but like.
Yeah, no, but Caleb didn't do that. It's not Caleb's fault that he has some crazy fans or whatever. I thought he looked good, man. This is the first time.
I watched it and I went, all right, you know what? Maybe I was wrong, because that flea flicker throw. I mean, it was a high toss, but hey, he got the touchdown.
Yeah, and
that's all that matters.
They didn't even run it perfect. They didn't even run the flea flicker perfect because of how bad of a toss back to Caleb it was. But threw it on a rope, man. I thought Caleb was really good in. Yeah. So, is this a sign of things to come, man? I mean, I don't know. Caleb obviously had 4 touchdowns. You look at the Bears' schedule. Some winnable games right now, right? You beat the Raiders, and then you got your bye week. You are 2-2, and you come out of your bye week with a chance of revenge against Washington from last year's Hail Mary.
Return to the scene of a crime. Return to the scene of the crime, my friend.
Exactly. But even then, who knows if Jaden will play in that. But I will we'll talk about Mariota. He looked good. Mariota, he's he's a good backup. And then, again, after the Commanders, you have the Saints, winnable. You look down the schedule, the Bengals without Burrow, the Giants, who they suck. The Vikings, who knows what's going on at quarterback there. Are you going to have J.J. McCarthy or Carson Wentz? I don't know.
If you're winning with Carson, I don't see them going back to J.J. But then again, it's like he's your first-round pick from a year ago. You're kind of obligated to go back to him. But if a playoff spot's on the line, I'd say, or it's like you're still trying to stay in there above other teams, and you just have to keep riding the hot hand, man. I know you believe in JJ, but it's like, dude, if Carson Wentz is winning you games, you have to stick with Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I mean, is it just a repeat situation of Sam Darnold? I mean, same thing. You get a veteran quarterback in there, and Kevin O'Connell's work is magic, and the team's really good, and they got a good run game now with Jordan Mason in there for Aaron Jones. I know Aaron Jones is hurt, but Mason looked better than Aaron Jones anyways this whole year. And, I think if you look at the Bears' schedule, winnable games, and they could go 9-8 and sneak into the playoffs. I don't see why that's not a possibility. But we know that this season isn't really it's about seeing if Caleb Williams looks good, and this was a positive first step. And next week you have another chance against another bad defense. Just double team Max Crosby, and you're good probably. You're probably good. So yeah, the Cowboys just, I mean,
George Pickens
Matt Eberflus, man,
on schedule. Yeah, he is.
Matty Eberflus might not be a good defensive coordinator either. I mean, he just might not be. I don't know.
Goes from Dan Quinn to Mike Zimmer to Matt Eberflus. You went backwards.
You really did, right? Say what you want about Mike McCarthy. He knew how to hire a good defensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Quinn, Mike Zimmer, those are big time defensive coordinators, you know? So just saying. Especially when you had like Lou Anarumo out there, in the offseason. Now he's with the Colts, and the Colts are 3-0.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'm picking up the Colts defense in my other leagues. Just
I would maybe hold off. They play the Rams this week.
yeah, I know, but I don't know with how Stafford's been kind of playing lately. Like
Are you gonna go Colts upset alert? Ooh,
we'll
naughty,
see.
naughty.
We'll see.
You naughty. That's crazy. All right, let's see here. I mean, let's do Jets Bucks, man. Let's
Oh,
talk Baker.
this
Let's get a little
man.
positivity
You mean
from your boy Ryan.
the
You mean the future MVP of the league?
the Tampa Bay
That's what you mean.
creamsicle Baconeers? The creamsicles?
By the way, first one in franchise history with the creamsicle jerseys. By the way,
That's their first
they
win.
were like
Wait,
previous.
are they like were they
You
winless?
don't know that
They were winless when they
the
wore them?
creamsicle jerseys have been cursed.
Oh my
You
god.
didn't know that?
I do not
They're
know.
like 0-5 or 0-6 all time in the creamsicles since they introduced them.
Oh my god.
And this was the first win, and I'm not gonna lie. When the Jets returned that field goal or whatever, block
Surprise!
field goal, I was
There
like,
was a block
dude,
kick in
I
this
was like,
game, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know.
yeah, and people completely forgot about it because Baker Mayfield's a man amongst boys, a god amongst men. He is him.
Oh yeah, this
Yeah,
was, by the way, the only blocked kick, ladies and gentlemen, that where the team got where that blocked the kick still lost.
well, true.
Out of the 7 blocked kicks, this was the only team that blocked a kick and still lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, I was impressed with the Bucks' kind of resilience because I mean I already talked about like the creamsicle jerseys were cursed, and that's kind of like a thing around Tampa. Tampa is 3-0. The previous couple times Tampa was 2-0 in like franchise history, dating back to however long, I don't really know the exact numbers. They usually lost week 3 and started 2-1, even in like the Brady years. They always started 2-1. Baker Mayfield has this team 3-0. He was solid all day long. Bucky Irving was good. I think the main thing was pile up Tampa. Mike Evans gets hurt with a hamstring injury. That's why you drafted a Mecca
Yeah, now it's
Igbika.
looking like a great trade. Or not trade, a draft.
Yeah,
Because remember, I questioned it because I'm
yeah.
like, they already have all these guys, and well, now you're out
Well, they
Godwin
knew
and
coming
McMillan still.
in. They knew coming in that, and also Sterling Shepard has been really good for this team. Been quietly pretty good. He had 4 catches for 80 yards. I mean, Baker does target him quite a bit. And then Bucky Irving, even in the has been really good. Rashad White did not do much in this game, but you have maybe the best tandem at running back in the NFL behind Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery here. I just think that you got to get Tristan Wirfs back, and at week 5, I think is when Chris Godwin's back. So expect next week Tampa has Philadelphia
at home though,
and then Seattle in week 5. That's a tough one as well. Going to Seattle.
Oh, they're going to Seattle. Oh god,
a tough stretch coming up for Tampa. They need They need to play a complete football game here pretty soon. Otherwise, they could start to lose some of these games. But they have a chance for the 1 seed here very early on in the year, where they play Philadelphia next week. They go in and at home, actually, home underdogs against Philadelphia. I mean, spoiler alert. I think you know where I'm going with my upset alert.
Yeah.
And because I just believe in this team, I believe in this quarterback. On the Jets side of things, Tyrod Taylor was all right. I mean, he threw a pick six, and the Bucks kicked a lot of field goals. Not a lot of scores in this one. So,
But hey, 3 straight games with a game-winning drive. I mean, like, dude.
yeah, I mean, you want to talk about, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Your MVP right now is either Baker Mayfield or and I guess you could say Josh Allen if you want, but those are your MVP candidates, and I I mean, you know which way I'm leaning.
You know
So,
which way I'm leaning now because mine's I'm going with my backup one now since
yeah, yeah.
my main one is
The
out.
Jets, man, they're gonna go to Miami and play a Monday Night Football, and I mean, who cares? We'll see what happens. It's two bad teams. It is the Tank Bowl. It is the Toilet Bowl, whatever you want to call it. Um, yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Let's see here. Let's start to move along with these Steelers Patriots. I, why? I don't care.
Yeah,
Like,
like as Chris Broussard would say, beating the Patriots means nothing to me. I'm sorry, Wiles, but your team is bad.
dude, I kind of feel bad. I'm just starting to feel bad for Drake May. He didn't play perfect either. He had a pick in the end zone, which was
Ramondre
very bad.
Stevenson fumbled at the goal line.
Dude, 5 total turnovers, 4 fumbles, and they just won't get Travion. They won't give Travion Henderson the like. In my head, I'm like, how bad does Travion Henderson have to be in like practice to keep rolling out Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson and their multiple fumbles a game?
Whoa,
I don't understand.
I thought Antonio Gibson was your glorious king. Are we
My former glory. He
Oh,
is a backup running back now. Well, he was not that in Washington. A former glorious king. Dude, this does nothing for me as far as Pittsburgh is concerned. Obviously, Pittsburgh, they play against Minnesota, and I have no idea who I would pick in that game at
okay,
all.
that is
Mostly because I don't know who's the
that's
quarterback.
actually an international game.
Oh God, that's disgusting.
It is.
So
I
gross.
saw an ad because I'm like, wow, the Steelers are underdogs at home versus the Vikings, and then I saw an ad while watching the game, Ireland, Vikings,
Oh,
Steelers, and I went, oh shit.
you know what's, you know what? I have found my first ever benefit to being on the East Coast.
Oh, you can
I
watch
can wake
it.
up and I can actually watch the game. Unlike everybody on the West Coast that would have to wake up at 6:30.
Yeah, 9:30.
I get to wake up at it starts at 9:30 here. That's great. Wow.
Sorry,
My first ever
it's gonna have
yeah,
to be you giving us what happened because I'm gonna be dead asleep, buddy.
as you should be. As you should be. Um yeah, man, I have no idea how that game's gonna go. Won't be choosing it this week in the picks or anything like that. New England and Carolina. How how is New England favored by this much?
I
By
don't.
5.5?
I,
After
dude.
after Carolina beat Atlanta 30-0.
Speaking
We
of,
talk about that
let's
too.
go over that right now.
Like no one talked about this game at all.
I was
And
shocked.
Michael Penix, dude, like if Raheem Morris was asked after the game if there's a chance for competition with Kirk Cousins, like moving back to Kirk Cousins, and he basically shut the door on that and said no, no, no. I don't see how you can not do that after this. It is the Carolina Panthers, and I know that I picked them to make the playoffs and everything, and like
But their defense is bad,
I
bro.
I know.
Like, Panthers defense is awful.
Yeah, the Panthers defense is awful, and they shut out the Falcons. That's insane.
This was a team that
And
destroyed
trust me,
JJ McCarthy
I
in
know,
Minnesota.
I know, dude, I know. Like I picked Carolina based on the fact that I thought, and I thought they can have key pieces on defense, make plays when necessary. I get that. I can't believe I'm saying this, but do we have to give Tyler Algier the ball more? Is that the secret
No,
success in it?
no, you are not going there.
No, I'm not. I hate that
Okay,
guy.
thank God,
No,
bro. Oh, that yeah,
it's not, dude.
that is
No,
against your religion as a football
no.
fan and Bijan enthusiast. Like your Bijan fandom has
Dude,
been revoked.
also, did you see today that the Falcons fired some coaches?
They
They
fired their
fired
passing game coordinator or something like that, or their receivers coach, something like
they
that.
fired their let me see this. Um, they fired their wide receiver coach, um, as well as their passing game coordinator. Former Texans quarterback TJ Yates, by the way, is the do you remember TJ Yates?
Vaguely,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
guess he
remember a
was
lot
the
of Texans QBs aside from David
yeah,
Carr
you
and Brock
shouldn't. You should.
Osweiler, whatnot.
No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So I mean, completely kind of scapegoating a couple assistant coaches like it's their fault. I just I don't know, man. I mean, maybe the guy calling the plays. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, their
Um,
OC has lost his coaching box privileges. He's now going to be on the sideline.
what does that even mean?
I don't know. Like, why does Raheem Morris want to oversee what he's calling? Like, I don't get it. Like, why
That
is
makes sense, but like, isn't that what the headset's for? So you can hear
yeah?
everything? I
I
don't get
I I
that.
don't get it either.
Um,
It's weird.
it's just that is so strange. And look, I'm out on Atlanta, and yeah, I gave up too fast on. They have a chance to be what 2-2 if they can upset New England. Um,
I mean, arguably that could be an upset alert pick. Maybe it'd be a
oh, definitely could be. I mean, hey man, I'm looking at it now. You're the only one out of pick because Tyler sent us his. I do like Tyler's a lot, by the way.
okay. We'll
If you
get
check your phone, you'll see what it is.
surprise me
Um,
when we get there. Surprise me when we get there.
yeah, for sure.
We
I
got
asked him to send us one.
all right. The next one we should transition into. Let's do the one above it. Raiders Commanders.
The Raiders are a bad football team.
Dude,
Your hate of Ashton Genty surprises me.
no, it's the
He
Boise
is,
State Bronco. That's why. It's the
I
Boise.
guess,
Go Dogs,
I
man.
get it,
We have to
but
hate
like
Boise.
you're not wrong, but also he's kind of like, look, you're gonna hate me. He's kind of the Justin Herbert of running backs. At least to start his career because
You
he's
are an
complete. Stop.
asshole.
Listen. He is the ultimate eye test running back. If you watch him play, oh, this guy is legit, and he's just let down by his offensive line.
Shocker. You see, this is like this. No, this is what two things that was gonna make me mad. Was either one, he was
Yeah,
gonna be really good, and like, of course, he's on the Raiders and whatnot, or two, he has a terrible offensive line, and he can't do
yeah, they're
anything.
not good. And also, Geno, if Geno Smith plays a good team, he's just not gonna win, and he's not gonna play well.
I,
That's kind of just what he is at this point, I think. Because he was not that. I mean, he threw 3 touchdowns to Trey Tucker, but this game got out of hand, and the Raiders' defense is bad too.
dude, they didn't
So,
even tackle your guy, the running back for Washington. They just like all surrounded
which
him and
one?
went, the young guy.
Bill Nye the Science Guy,
Yeah, him. Dude,
Krosky,
dude, they
Bill
just all
Krosky.
like
Yeah,
kind of like surrounded him and went like, okay, and then he just took off. To like, okay, I guess they think it's two-hand touch football, and I was like, I was in the break room and I was like, are you for real? And
yeah, not
that
good.
is when I knew the Raiders lost the game, and I don't even think it was halftime yet. And then Mariota, on a play, he ran out of bounds and he just ran over Dan Quinn. So I don't know if you saw that text I sent. I
Yeah,
went like
I did. I saw it.
I was like,
Dan Quinn
oh,
like bleeding and stuff. It
I
was
was like,
epic. Yeah.
oh, Mariota takes down Dan Quinn. Down goes Quinn. It
Hmm.
was, oh man, but yeah, Mariota did good. Yeah, but it's the Raiders,
Yeah,
so
he's
you should
solid.
do.
I have
You should do
no,
good.
I see no reason to rush back Jaden Daniels. Let him get fully healthy. Maybe he'll play this week. Maybe he won't. I'm looking at the line now. Washington is only 2.5-point road favorites to Atlanta. So I would assume we're getting a Marcus Mariota game, going back to a place where Mariota played
Played
a
backup.
couple years
Yep.
ago, right? And was
I
the
think he
starter
was either a starter or
for a
backup.
while.
Starter or the backup. I don't
He was
remember.
the starter for a while, and then they would change to Desmond Ritter, I think.
Oh my
That's what happened,
god.
remember?
Desmond
So,
Ritter.
a little bit of a revenge game potentially for Mariota here. Um, and then the Raiders are home underdogs to the Chicago Bears. The Bears roll in, and they are favored by only 1.5, but they are favored. So, going to be interesting to see. I mean, I don't really know who I would pick in that one. So,
Tie.
kind of a toss up. Yeah, definitely tie potential.
Okay.
Uh, Texans Jags.
Yeah. I watched the highlights of this game, and what the hell?
Um, the Texans don't know how to run an NFL off.
My team
They
really
are
lost to
very,
this team
very,
in a playoff game.
yeah,
Both of these
crazy.
teams.
I know it.
But it is okay because I can get revenge on both of them this season. One, we're going to Jacksonville this year, so return to the
That'll be
scene of the
fun.
damn crime that was committed
That'll be
2
fun.
years ago. Oh man,
Yeah,
if we don't win that game, I'm gonna be so mad.
yeah. You asked the question on the doc. Are the Jaguars good? Are the Texans just bad? I think both of these teams are just kind of average this year. I think that the Colts have a real good chance to win this division.
Oh
The
yeah.
Texans' offensive line is very bad, and then the Jaguars are just still kind of figuring it out under a. They're gonna win some games, and there's gonna be like, it is impressive. Listen. It is impressive to beat Houston because they've been a playoff team multiple years, right?
Yeah.
And if you're Jacksonville, you got to feel good about that win. But it was a very ugly football game, man.
Brian
Just very
Brian
ugly.
Thomas dropped like I think he dropped a touchdown this game. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Guess who the offensive coordinator is for the Jaguars?
oh, I know.
Under Liam Combs.
I think I know who it is. I just can't remember his name off the top of my head.
It's Shane Waldron.
Yep. The Bears offensive coordinator
Bears
from
guy
last year. Yep, that guy.
You know what's funny? 2 years ago, he was Seattle's offensive coordinator, and JSN looked like Jackson Smith and Jigba looked like a bust. He leaves, JSN breaks out. Roma Dunze last year looks terrible. This year, Roma Dunze looks like a freaking superstar. This year, Brian Thomas Jr. He was like the rookie. He looked like the rookie of the year last year. He was a top 10 year for Trevor Lawrence. This year, Brian Thomas Jr. forgot how to catch a football. I'm not saying there's correlation, but everywhere he goes, the number one receiver looks like crap. So I'm just saying. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. It's interesting.
There are times where you say, Jared, you know who your offensive coordinator is, and you know what? I will take Greg Roman 10 times out of 10 over Shane Waldron.
It is crazy to see Greg Roman's philosophy
Change.
Shift to just like they're just airing it out this year, man. I don't know.
I would like to see them
crazy.
run it just a little bit more. Now that we have better run, well, I would say now a better RB1. We did have a better 2 attack, but now number 2 is gone. So yeah,
Houston is favored against Tennessee as expected. They should get back on track. I don't know what I was thinking with that upset alert, man. I don't know. I guess the Colts might be for real. Who knows?
but I do.
And then Jacksonville. Go ahead.
Are the Texans cooked 0-3? Because that's why I wrote it down originally, but I didn't want to write that and then the Jaguars good and the Texans bad.
I think so. I don't think that you can make the playoffs starting 0-3.
I think only one
I get
team
that
has
they're
done
like
that.
history tells us they're cooked. history tells us, I think one team ever started 0-3 and made the post. And to be fair, all of NFL history, that's a 16 game season, not a 17 game season.
Yeah.
So there is that factor. But I would imagine that they're kind of cooked.
Yeah.
I
Plus,
mean,
you
let me
know
look
the
at their
South.
schedule.
You know the South's only generating like one playoff team, the division winner. That's it.
100%. 100%. Yep.
And at this point, it's the
Uh,
Colts.
dude, look, if I'm looking at the Texans schedule. Obviously, they got a bye week next week with Tennessee, but
Oh,
after that,
you'd think it'd be a bye
you
week,
would think
dude. That could be
you
Cam Ward's
would.
first win.
It could be. I mean, I'm looking at the schedule after Tennessee. They go to Baltimore,
Oh God.
and then they go to Seattle, and then they're back at home for 3 straight games.
Okay.
But your opponents are San Francisco, Brock with a healthy Brock Purdy at that point. I think the Broncos come to town with that defense, and then after that, you get the rematch with Jacksonville. A little bit of a gauntlet, man. I think they're
And then
cooked.
you got my team at the end of the season. You got to go back to LA after you already went there this season and lost to the Rams in a gritty
Yeah.
defensive game. And I want blood. I'm out for blood in that game, Week 17 game.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think we need to talk about the Bengals or the Vikings.
No, this is what we expected with the backup QB.
I don't think we need to talk about Saints and Seahawks.
I mean, I'd like to talk about Brandon Staley defense, working its magic, just...
Well, I mean, yeah, you could talk about it if you want, I guess, but
I'd like to change my NFC West pick, maybe. I don't know.
Dude, Seattle just looks really good, man.
Again?
And I was contemplating.
I forget, who'd you pick?
I picked the Rams.
Okay.
I picked the Rams.
I think
ultimately.
we all picked the Rams, right? We all picked the Rams?
I think so.
Okay.
But all of us had different second place teams because I was
That's
kind of
right.
in. I was in on Arizona, and then like I saw the path for the Niners, and then Seattle. I was just like, man, I really like their roster. So like this division is just really tough, and
plus,
I just don't know.
I mean,
like, I'm still sticking with the Rams, but like, I think Seattle's probably going to be a playoff team. Like,
they just barely missed it last year. They barely missed it.
Yeah, substitute out my Carolina pick for Seattle, and I feel really good about it. Like,
since you allowed me to change my my MVP pick, I will allow that.
It's written in pencil. I still have a little bit of Carolina belief.
Going forward, we need to have like a week to where it's like this is the cutoff to where you can like change your like playoff / MVP pick. So I want to say week 3 should be the cutoff now going forward.
Mm-hmm.
If someone gets hurt, and it derails a team, a playoff pick, you are allowed to sub it out. But going forward now, no more changes because we're already like a sixth of the way through the season now. So
yeah.
The only one we didn't talk about was Dolphins Bills, but I don't think we really need to talk about that.
No, man, the Bills are better. Tua sucks.
I mean, I was surprised it was close. I was surprised it was close. That's really it.
Yeah, but Tua, I mean, what do you expect? And then the last one, I would say Cardinals and quick. This was such a boring, ridiculous game. So many injuries every single year. Marvin Harrison Jr., what the hell happened? Nick Bosa and James Conner are both out for the season.
Oh yeah, that sucks. Again, week 3, man. Something about week 3. It's like
it's the injuries galore, man.
Every week, like I get it. Like my team, like last few years, week 3 hits, we all get injured. Last year, we played the Steelers week 3. Slater got hurt. Alt got hurt. I can't remember if anybody else got hurt, but like I think Justin got like a minor injury. But yeah, like it was mainly the offensive line. Denzel Perryman got hurt. Shocker. And then this year, losing Najee, Pipkins in and out, Mekhi Becton concussion, and then I think the year we lost to the Jaguars in the playoffs, that we played the Jaguars week 3 and we lost Bosa, shocker. We lost Slater for pretty much the rest of the season to a tricep injury, And I think Mike Williams went down with like a hamstring or something, but
I
it
mean, when
was,
is Mike Williams never ever not hurt though? I mean,
yeah, you got me there. But hey, I mean, he was good though. He was good.
he was when he played, yeah.
All right.
All right, are you ready for episode of the week? And then we will talk some baseball.
Oh yeah, we gotta
Um,
talk some baseball. If you
I
want to go
will.
first, you go first because I know you want to.
Well, let's start with
Okay.
Tyler's. I'll go ahead and type his in. He is taking the Seahawks, who are currently. This is as of Monday night or Tuesday morning for me, technically.
Okay.
He has taken. This is a ballsy play though. Thursday night football, short week. He's taken the Seahawks, who are plus 1.5, going to the Cardinals. Look, man, I get the pick. I was on my short list. Seattle's defense. Arizona is not going to be able to run the ball without Jay. And Kyler Murray's just kind of mid. I mean, and I trust Seattle's defense, and Darnold and that offense have been pretty solid, man. They look good. So
Yeah.
I'll go with I'll do mine next, then I'll give you the. I've been hinting at it the whole time.
Yeah, it's
You know where I'm
obvious.
going. I'm taking Tampa Bay
They are the
over the
one.
Eagles.
They're the one team that has had Philly's number these past few years. The playoff loss,
Yeah,
and I think last year too, the Bucks beat them.
the one loss that Philadelphia had last year after they kind of started slow early in the season when they went on that crazy winning streak all the way to Tampa Bay years. And I just think that the Bucks are a better team. That's just what I think. I trust their quarterback more. I trust the run game, and that Eagles defense, I do not trust. I think Baker is going to carve them up. I think Agbuka is going to have a big day, and Kate Otten and Sterling Shepard are solid players too. If you're without Mike Evans, which you probably are going to be, run the ball, get the ball to Agbuka, and play solid defense and you should be able to win this football game at home and kind of announce yourself to the NFL. We are here to stay, and put people actually on notice that you are one of those teams. So I'm taking Tampa Bay and the future MVP of the league, Baker Mayfield, over the Eagles.
All right. For me, look, seeing how their secondary played, give me the Colts upsetting the Rams.
What's the number?
The Rams are 3.5-point favorites.
Okay, we got the Colts plus
Dude,
3.5.
I mean, that offensive line
over the Rams.
is protecting him, and the Rams secondary is not top of the league good. And if their pass rush, like Jared Verse, Braden Fisk, Byron Young, if they cannot get to Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor is running all over them, and honestly, Jonathan Taylor is in the running for Offensive Player of the Year now. Just because he's leading the league in yards, I believe, rushing yards. Dude. I mean, honestly, the Colts wins, you could say, oh, but it's the Titans, it's the Dolphins, and you could say the Broncos, yeah. If not for a leverage penalty, yeah. But, honestly, this is it. I'm going to put my faith in the Colts right here. If you're if you're a contender, beat the Rams in LA. Because you do have my team soon, and you'll have to fly back out here. So, but
all right.
I'm gonna take the Colts. I was thinking of taking Carolina for my upset, but I just
5.5 points is a big line.
Yeah, that's a big line. This one is just a lot more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the Colts roster a lot better than I do Carolina. So.
Yeah, makes sense.
To be
all
fair,
right, upset alert picks.
And plus, this is just me getting back at the Rams because I should have had that upset alert when I picked them over the Eagles, and they let me down.
Yeah.
So
You should be 1-0.
I should be 1-0.
You should be.
So, Rams, I'm taking my house back.
Okay. Upset alert picks of the week. I'm going with Tampa Bay plus 3.5 over Philadelphia. Jared, you got the Colts plus 3.5 over Rams. And then Tyler, not here, but he did send in his upset alert pick. He's taking Seattle on Thursday night. They're plus 1.5. As of Tuesday, I would imagine that line shifts. Very early line. I think a lot. But as of now, he's taken Seattle or Arizona. It is an upset. Here's to a 3-0 week, boys. Here's to a 3-0 week.
Yeah, we'll treat last week as it was a preseason game. We'll treat it like that. As of right now, the Brewers and Padres are still playing. They're in an extra innings game right now. Last I checked, it was 4-4. Well, the Brewers have the... actually, is it the Brewers? No, okay. I thought they had the bases loaded for a second. It was the Padres, and they did not score, so it's 4-4. Obviously, Braves, Nats don't count because none of them are making it. The Giants, unfortunately, lost to the Cardinals tonight, 6-5. So that does hurt the Giants' playoff chances.
We're done.
You're done?
We're done. It's over. We had our chance.
Yeah.
We played Arizona and the Dodgers, and we blew it.
All right. We're gonna start with the AL though. And buddy, oh my God, I thought the AL Central was already wrapped up. But my Cleveland Guardians said not today. We are not giving this division up. I gotta find the Jeff Passan tweet because the amount of games... Here we go.
They're a game back right now.
Yes, and they play each other. They play each other Tuesday. For me, it's Monday night. For Ryan,
they're playing today. Yeah.
The Guardians were 12.5 games behind the Tigers on August 25th.
Yep.
I can't remember a time the Tigers weren't in first place since they started 0-3 after getting swept by my Dodgers. That's like the last time I remember them not being in first.
The Tigers are 1-9 in their last 10, and they're on a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, and the Guardians their 10-game win streak just got snapped the other day by the Twins.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was bound to end at some point. Hey, let it end right there. The Tigers also lost, which is good. If Cleveland wins one game in this series, they have the tiebreaker over Detroit. So if they even lose this series, okay. Like, if they... Because they have Skubal to start the series, which, I mean, it's not great. But if you're able to keep it close, 1 run, 2 runs, it's possible you can come away with that game. And plus, dude, I don't see how Cleveland cannot win this series because, I mean, even if they don't, they own the tiebreaker over Houston. And right now, Seattle could win the division by this week because they play the Rockies.
Yeah.
And they made a statement sweeping Houston.
Big Dumper's going for 60.
Oh, he is. Big
Dumper's going for 60.
Yeah, he just broke Ken Griffey's
7, right?
He's at 57, I believe. Unless he hit 58 on Sunday night, I could be wrong. I don't know. I can look right now.
Last I saw.
Yeah,
I think that if you're a Detroit Tigers fan, the only good thing is that you're still probably making the postseason because the gap between the last wild card spot and the Rangers, who are the one team out, it's 5 games.
Yeah, but you still have.
It would take.
I mean, Houston is still kind of there. That's the problem. You're going to be battling with Houston. So I'm assuming the Mariners are winning the division because there should be no reason they drop that series to Colorado because it's in Seattle. Because if you don't win the division this week, you are playing the Dodgers, who have not clinched the NL West yet. They should this week against Arizona. And if the Dodgers clinch the NL West, they will have nothing to play for because they're already locked into that 3 seed. They're not catching the Phillies. We had our chance to catch them, and it's over because the bullpen collapsed too many times.
Houston's got the A's, so
They have the A's and the Angels.
yeah.
So it's more favorable for Houston, but all Seattle has to do is just beat Colorado. You sweep Colorado, you win the division by Wednesday, honestly. Because you already have the tiebreaker over Houston. That's a 4-game lead, essentially. So as long as you win Tuesday and you win Wednesday, you clinch the
Yeah.
division. I think the magic number for them is
I
going to
think
be 2.
Houston's on a 3-game losing streak right now. I
After
mean, it's
sweeping the
not.
Rangers. The Rangers, in my opinion, they were playing good, but once you went in there and you got swept, you're done. You had your chance.
Mm-hmm.
You're done. You're not making it. On Detroit's side, after Cleveland, they get Boston, who hasn't clinched yet. So
No, they're
Detroit
playing
is,
meaningful baseball as
yeah,
well.
they're not in a position, and they're trying to catch the Yankees because if they can catch the Yankees, they will be hosting them in Fenway instead of having to go to the Bronx.
Yeah,
So
but the Red Sox, they do have Toronto, so like
yeah,
it's
and Toronto hasn't
if
clinched
you're
the AL East yet.
Toronto's they've clinched the playoff
Yeah.
spot though. Obviously, they want to clinch the 1 seed, so
Hmm.
it's not like they're not playing for anything yet, or like they're not not playing for anything. Um, so honestly, man, I'm such a believer in the Tigers, but they've been playing so bad.
Yeah. And they've been playing good for like it was almost a question like are they going to have the 1 seed overall going into the playoffs because of how good they were playing.
Yeah, that's what we thought, like the deadline and everything. Okay, so Boston's got Toronto and then Detroit to finish the season.
Yeah, and then Toronto has Boston and then they end against Tampa. They're only 2 games up on the Yankees and the Yankees are playing the White Sox and then they're playing Baltimore again. But Baltimore has been playing
Okay,
a
so
little bit
Yankees are
better.
in.
The Baltimore's playing a little bit better, so they can maybe take a game. But Toronto is in a very precarious position because they've led the AL East for the longest time. If they let the Yankees swipe the AL East back, they have the best record in the AL right now. So that means the AL would have to go through
Yeah.
the Bronx, which you do not want to have. I'd be
No,
disappointed if the
I'm
Blue
looking
Jays lost
at.
this.
I honestly think that 6 spot's just going to come down to Detroit. That last series between Detroit
Boston.
and Boston.
It might.
It's going to be that. It's going to be that series that comes down to because I don't see Houston's going to get in because they're playing the A's and yeah, I'll roll with you with Cleveland beating Detroit, taking that division, and then the Yankees and Toronto, they're both getting in. It's just a matter of
Yeah.
Seattle's going to get
Toronto's in, but
barring
it's just
a collapse.
yeah. Seattle should.
Yeah.
If Seattle collapses, I'm retiring as a Mariners stan. I'm retiring. That
No,
would be
no, they got Colorado, dude.
They
They'll be
shouldn't lose
fine.
that series. If they lose, I'm done.
No, they can get to 90 wins right there, and then
All right,
chill.
Cleveland. After Detroit, they have Texas, who's gonna be eliminated going into that weekend.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're Texas, do you want to like play spoiler? You're right there. And then
Texas
I don't
is
know.
5 back. I mean, they're not make. They're done. Like all Houston.
No, they are. I know they're done. I'm just saying, like, do you want to play spoiler
I mean, yeah, you could.
for?
You could pull a Detroit Lion, Dan Campbell, beat Green Bay, knock them
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, I am hoping in my soul the Yankees do not win the AL East and they have to play that 3-game wild card because I am not going to be able to freaking stand it if they get the 1 seed in the AL again. I'm just going to be like, you got to be kidding me. It's just the weaker schedule they have to end and then just Toronto. I mean, yeah, if you can get through the Red Sox series and you win that, you're in pretty good shape. They own the tiebreaker over the Yankees, so as long as they don't finish below the Yankees in the standings, it's fine. So you technically have a 3-game lead, but you'd have to like sweep Boston. And if you sweep Boston, you're letting, Cleveland / Detroit and Houston in those spots. But as of right now, Houston's sitting out of a wild card spot because Cleveland, surprisingly, I did not know had the tiebreaker over them. So you're riding with obviously New York making it, and you said it's going to come down to Boston and
It has.
Detroit.
Yeah, you look at the way the schedule's falling. I just think it's coming down to Detroit, Boston for that 6th spot, essentially, assuming the Tigers don't get their stuff together and win the series against Cleveland, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Um,
that's in Cleveland too.
or like somehow, somehow sweep them or whatever the case may be. Assuming Cleveland wins the series, then your last spot's coming down to Detroit, Boston, and man, I mean, essentially playoffs starting for them last week of the regular season. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
This
playoff
is
baseball
like
already.
I mean this was like the NL kind of last year, like the Mets, the Braves and the D-backs were all playing like
Yep.
playoff baseball try to get in, and it came down, remember, the hurricane hit, the southeast, and the Braves and Mets had to play like literally a doubleheader the day after the regular season ended, and of course, that first
Yeah, it was
game
crazy.
was one of the best games I've ever seen. So, and then of course,
Yeah.
Arizona can only sit and watch, hoping for a sweep of one of those teams, and it was a split, so they got out. The National League, okay, the Cubs are already in. So they have the top wild card spot. San Diego could still catch them for the top spot, but I don't see it happening. San Diego ends with Milwaukee, who's still trying to take the 1 seed over the Phillies, and they have
They're in the 11th right now. Holy crap, they're still playing.
yeah, it's bases loaded in the top of the 11th, and they just got out of it 4-4. So the Padres have the chance to walk it off and gain half a game on Chicago. But yeah, the Padres have Milwaukee right now, and then they have Arizona, who's still fighting for its life, 1 game back of the Mets and Reds. But right now, the Reds are currently in the third spot for having the tiebreaker over the Mets. They control their destiny, and honestly, I like the Reds' chances the rest of the way because I believe they play the Pirates,
They got Pittsburgh right now.
and
Yeah, they
then
got
they
Pittsburgh.
they end against Milwaukee, who at that point should be locked into a seed, first or
Might be
second.
resting everybody.
They might.
Yeah,
But then again, it
yeah.
is your division rival.
Uh,
So it's like, oh, do you want to knock them out or what do you want to do? It's pick your
okay.
poison.
You got for the Mets, you got one tough series because
Yeah.
you have Chicago, who's also fighting, and
Yeah.
then you end with a three gamer in Miami.
Hey, dude,
So
Miami's actually kind of been sneaky good. Like, dude, they're around
no,
500.
I
They're just
know.
four under.
I see them in the standings. Yeah. So it's not a gimme by any stretch of the imagination, but and you are there. You are going to Miami. But if you're the Mets, you should, take care of business there. Man, if the Reds make the playoffs, man, that would
They're
be
3 teams out of the NL
great.
Central. 3.
That's too many.
Like, the West is going to have 2, the Dodgers and the Padres, maybe a third, depending on
Yeah.
Arizona if Cincinnati does fall out. And the East might only have 1, the Phillies.
That's what it's looking like.
But yeah, the Phillies, they're 3 games back of Milwaukee for the 1 seed. So, like, and
It's gonna take a lot.
yeah,
Like,
like, I mean, if Milwaukee does lose right here, I mean, they'll get a
I
half game
mean,
back, and the Phillies are playing the Marlins and the Twins, so that's favorable. But Milwaukee has the Padres and the Reds, so we'll see. There's a little bit of a
yeah,
chance.
Milwaukee has the Reds to finish the season. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The Dodgers, 3 game lead. If the Padres walk it off, it'll be a 2.5 game lead. But at that point, it's technically still a 3.5 because all the Dodgers will need to do is win, I think, just 2 games in Arizona, and it's done. I don't remember
And let's be honest here. I don't think are the Diamondbacks even playing for anything at this point. I don't know.
they're right there. They're
Like
they're like a game back.
they are right. They're a game back, but like ah
I'm
ah.
but the problem with the Diamondbacks is they finish against the Dodgers and the Padres. So
That's rough.
that
That is rough.
is. I think they go to San Diego too, which is like, I mean, you have home field against the Dodgers for 3, but you're going to be facing
God, dude.
you're facing Shohei,
I'm looking at the
Snell,
Giants. Man,
the
I'm
Giants.
looking at the Giants into season. and they were the gift. It was a gift from the schedule makers to face the
Rockies.
Cardinals, and then you end with the Rockies, and you choke this shit. You choke it away, man. Oh,
I'm not
right
gonna.
when you start to play good too.
No, it's just the problem is you ran into the buzzsaw that was the Dodgers and kind of wraparound series. If you didn't have to play the Dodgers late, I feel like you'd have a better chance. But because you were playing the Dodgers and they flexed their kind of like, star power, it was like, well, they just kind of put the Giants back in their place. And unfortunately, because I think I also had the Giants making the playoffs over the Padres, and I'm like, I hate San Diego so much. uh,
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to talk about the Giants. They're just bad.
yeah. All right. So I want you to pick, aside from the Cubs because they've made it, and I think the Padres are going to as well. Who's the final wild card team between the Reds,
I
Mets, and I'll just say D-backs too because they're a game back.
you know I think at the beginning of the season, I might have had the Mets going to the World Series or something like that.
They don't have the rotation to
And
make it. They could get past the wild card, but they'd have to play my team, and I wouldn't want that if their young pitchers actually find it. So
I'm gonna look at it right now. I'll look at it right now. Who I have making it?
oh, the
Yeah, I had the
Padres.
Mets.
The Padres have walked
I
off the
had the.
Brewers.
Oh, okay. I had the Mets over the Rangers, and now neither of them are gonna make the postseason. The Reds. Give me the Reds, dude.
Oh boy.
I mean,
Finally, the Reds make it with their young core.
yes, sir.
Uh,
My is that it was Ellie my MVP.
he
He should have been.
he
Damn it.
might have been, but he's not
No,
gonna.
I have the doc open. It's not. He's not.
Who'd you have?
Oh, actually, I did have Ellie. I
Okay.
had Corey Seager and Ellie.
Well, Corey
Yeah.
ain't winning it, so.
Dude, he's been hurt all year, man. Like, sheesh, man.
I mean, AL. It's
Yeah.
probably gonna be.
Anyways,
I mean, it's probably gonna be Judge and Otani again. I hate to tell you.
nah, give it to the big dumper.
Actually, yeah, I forgot Cal. Yeah, Cal's winning it, 100%.
Give it to Cal.
Cal's winning
Give it
it.
to Cal. He should.
I
He should.
Why did that slip my mind? I don't know. Yes, Cal is 100% the AL MVP. But NL, yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's going back to Shohei unless they just say, but Schwarber. Unless they all side with the DH Schwarber, which I would understand. But Shohei's pitching.
Who's the Brewers' best player? Is it Churio?
Nobody's.
Is it like
I'm sorry, Christian Yelich was the one
is it
MVP.
Yelich?
He's not their best player, but dude, I cannot point out one guy on the team and say he's the MVP because honestly, it's a collective thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole team effort. I can't pick one player out of that and say he's the star player. I can't. Because either one of those guys can get the job done. It's just the problem is, can they get over their postseason woes?
Yeah.
All right, well, you made your picks. I'm going to make my AL ones right here to finish it off here. Yankees are making it, obviously. I think they just need to win maybe like one or two more games. And they have the White Sox and Orioles, so it's like, come on. I picked the Red Sox to make it, I think, at the beginning of the season, so I'm going to write them out. If Cleveland were to win the division, I'd have my choice between Detroit and Houston. Buddy, give me Detroit.
Okay.
But I'm at that point. I'm
Because you
banking.
hate the Astros.
Yes, but I'm also banking
You hate
on.
them.
I mean, I don't see them losing like 5 of 6 or even 3 of 6 to those three, unless the Angels. Hey, Angels, please play the Astros like you play my team this year. Unrelenting,
Yep.
always coming back, never out of it. Please, please. You're doing it in your own ballpark too, so it's even better. NL, yeah, Cubs already made it. Padres are gonna make it. I'm gonna ride with you and go Reds.
Okay.
The D-backs just have
Go Reds, man.
too tough of an end to a schedule. Unless they win that series against my team, the Dodgers, I don't see it happening. They would need to win 2 or 3 to keep pace with the Mets and Reds. If they were to lose 2 or 3 or get swept, they're done. They're done. But right now, it's shaping up. If the wild card were to start today, I'm going to go to the standings here. If it started today, Detroit would be the 3 seed, and they'd be playing Cleveland.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Well, so it wouldn't even matter. Nothing matters because
Yeah.
they're going to play each other anyway.
Yeah, especially if Detroit
Right.
just gets the last seed, yeah. But, I mean, they're right there with the West as well. Like, they're just 2 games back of each other, so either one of those could be the 3 seed. But yeah, if it ended today, Toronto would win the division, get a bye, and then Seattle would get a bye. Think about that. And then the other 2 teams, New York and Boston, would be playing each other, which honestly would be why not at this point between the 2 rivals. The NL side of things, the Brewers and Phillies would get a bye. The Dodgers lost their chance at a bye when they around the last 2 months and couldn't figure it out offensively. So this is the reward they get for being inconsistent and not being able to close out games. Bullpen, I swear to God, this is the worst I've ever seen their bullpen since like 2019. They would be playing, if it ended today, the Reds. Don't know how I'd feel about it. We did sweep them in LA, so I mean, I'd be like, okay, we were pretty good against them this year. But Hunter Green and Chase Burns kind of scare me. So, yeah. And then San Diego would be going to Chicago, which would be an interesting series.
So. You already said the Padres
won.
Clinched,
yes.
right?
Well, they just did. Oh, I see
Yeah,
the
so
Z now.
they clinched their spot
All right, so they're
with that
in.
walk-off.
All right, well now the Padres and Cubs can just play each other for that top spot. I mean, the Cubs are going to be 2.5 back now because the Padres are 2.5 now because the Cubs didn't play today. There were only like 3 games on today because everyone had a day off, which means the 6 teams that played today are going to have a day off on Thursday. So everyone.
So this is just all for seeding at this point.
Yeah.
In the NL and that last spot.
That last spot's coming down to the D-backs, the Reds, and the Mets. It's those 3. I'm sorry you said it. The Giants are done. The Cardinals are also done.
Give me the Reds.
I will ride with the Reds as well. Yeah.
Best player in baseball.
This would be the first time I'm having to watch my team in the wild card series since the official expanded playoffs started, because in 21 we went back to the old format. Because I know in 2020 we had like 8 seeds in the whole thing, but we won that pretty handily in 2020 against the Brewers. So it'd be my first stressful one, and we'd obviously be the late game, the last game on for each day. So that would kind of suck. So I'd have to wait through. At least I'd be able to watch the other 3 in kind of a good mood and be like, okay, I can watch baseball, and then my team plays. Instead of it being first and then.
Yeah, I think, next weekend, once this is all sorted out, we need to give updated playoff predictions and World Series predictions.
Yeah, we'll go back and look at ours too.
Oh, I just looked, buddy. It's bad.
It's bad.
It's not a.
I think you had the A's.
I didn't look.
You had the A's. I know you did.
I had the A's and the Giants making the post.
I mean,
I believed in the A's, and it was the A's were looking good for.
Oh, to start, yeah, they were good. The A's were good to start.
To start the year, I was like locked in, dude.
I blame that ballpark. I think once they get to Vegas, they'll figure it out.
I hope so. We got to keep their players around, not let them go to other teams. All right. Well,
I think
Is that all?
I believe so. I'm hoping there's at least 2 game 3s though this wild card series. Because I think last year there was only 1, and it was Mets Brewers, and that was the best series, the whole thing. Because sometimes the wild card series have been a dud. Like they've just been 2 games and it's over. Some have been like not even close. Like the first year, Phillies Marlins, not even close. Like why was that even a series? And Twins, like Blue Jays was a 2-gamer, but it was a good series. Like last year, Mets Brewers was back and forth. That was good. Padres Braves had no business being there. The AL side. Oh yeah, Detroit Houston. That was a great 2-game sweep. That was a great 2-game sweep. Not gonna lie. And then oh man, what was the other AL one? I forget. Oh man, I don't remember what the other AL one was besides Rangers and not Rangers, sorry, Tigers and because the Yankees and Guardians had buys. Oh, it was Royals and Orioles. That was a low-scoring disappointment.
Oh yeah, dude, I remember every game was like 2-1 or something, right? Every game was like 1-0.
God damn it, man. That was awful. I remember I was like, Orioles, you have shamed us all. But
Shut up, Bobby.
anyway, yeah. That's gonna do it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. I will be waiting and hoping for my team to go 4-0 on the season against the New York Giants. We should handle them pretty easily, I would say, but anything can happen on any given Sunday. I am not taking them for granted. Again, I mean, we did see Russ throw for 450, but the Cowboys defense is probably just that bad. And I don't see that happening on my defense, so 4-0, big possibility, and at that point, I'm like, where do I see my first loss coming? I'll get back to you after next week. If it's not next week, if we don't lose next week, we'll look at the Chargers schedule, and I'll start predicting where I think the first loss comes. But we're getting into the lighter part of the schedule now. We don't face another division opponent until after the bye. So baseball playoffs are almost here.
Yeah, let's get it.
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Jones and Jared Hickman, we will see you guys in the next one.